All right, y'all, what's up? We are back for season 2 of the Kitty Box. It's been a long time coming, but I missed y'all so much, and I'm happy that we're back. How was y'all's year? Because it's been a while since we've been together.
It was um it was good. I mean, ups and downs, but that's life, right? So, but it
Yeah.
was good though. I mean, I can't complain. Well, I could, but child, it wouldn't do nobody no
You
justice.
will, before the season is up, you will. And we already know. And Jace, our brand new co-host, welcome to the fold.
Oh,
What y'all don't realize is Jace was always a part of the Kitty Box
part of the
family. He was
stick.
in the background. Yes, he was a part of the pilot, and he really helped kickstart this podcast. So he's really been a part. He is nobody new to the Kitty Box family. He's been here. But Jace, how have you been?
I've been great. My year has been great. Just coming off of COVID and shit from last
Yeah.
year, like traveling a lot more. I'm trying to expand my business more. Just kicking it more with people and just being more social. Because last year it did get a little depressing toward the end. Just
Yeah.
being by myself pretty much the entire year. So it's been great.
Well, I,
How was
I
your
got out
day?
too. I got
Did,
out
did
too.
you?
I got out, but I was getting out on my knees. You know me.
And here we go. And here we go.
I
But while
wouldn't
I
be
was
me
getting
without a
ready,
little bit of nasty.
you wouldn't be you if you wasn't Miss Jackson if you're nasty, girl. So we gotta have the true, authentic Bobby. We have to. While I was getting ready tonight, I was just playing like different songs, and one of the songs that came up was "Tell Me What You Want" by Drew Hill, and I was like, "Damn!" Like they are really getting into it. Like it was an album, even though it was a single, it was a deep album cut that really meant something, especially for men to be begging and pleading like that. And it got me to thinking, like in today's time, we're just so like in the now, and looking for the surface level things. Like, what is it that we really want? So that's what I wanted to talk about. So I jotted some notes down, and I think that's how we're going to kickstart this season, just talking about the basics of what we really want.
Like you said, everything is so fast paced and surface level. It's
Yeah.
good to really sit down and dive into what you really want, and you have to know that as well. So I'm here for
Speaking
that.
of what we really want, let's give the people what they want and tell them what they have in store for season 2, because I know that season 2 for us is a little bit different from season 1. We really had no direction. We were just trying to, touch every topic and really just talk about a variety of things. But this season, we actually have a direction and a theme that we're going to stick with. So, YB, take it away.
All right, y'all. So, I'm always thinking, and me and Kat were chatting it up, and we came up with the theme for this season of Kitty Box, which is going to be titled The Playbook. And just, we, Jace, Kat, myself, we're friends, and we talk offline all the time. And we have a shared experience when it comes to dealing with ain't shit ass motherfucking
Yes.
Negroes.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's about that time. We hear a lot of women's perspectives, but I think it's time to hear the Black gay male perspective. I'm in Florida, they're in two different parts of Texas, and the fact that we share the same kind of experiences when it comes to dealing with men, it's time to just air it all out. And I'm quite sure the audience, y'all can definitely relate to what the hell it is that we're going to be talking about in this season of the Kitty Box, again titled The Playbook, bitch. Step by step, different situations that we've been in, and how we dealt with them, how we plan on dealing with them if it ever comes up again. Hello, God.
Yes.
Yes.
And how to move forward and just survive in this world, bitch. So the first rule in the playbook is know what you want. And before getting to know anyone on an intimate level, it's extremely important that you know who you are and what the fuck you want. And if you made it to season 2 and you a ride or die Kitty Box member, then you are already ready for a whole new world. And that's words to the season finale of episode 1, bitch. So let's get into the minutiae of what it really takes to properly be on the market these days. So I'm going to throw it to Jace first. What outside of the aesthetics are you really looking for in a man?
Oh, I've told you this before, guys. I only require 3 things when I'm dating or really looking at guys. And it starts from the beginning. And if I don't see these 3 things, then I'm out. It's consistency, great communication, and honesty. Those are the only three things that I require. I think communication is definitely the most important part of any relationship, whether it's a sexual relationship, a friendship, relationships with your parents, familial relationships, all of that. That's the most important thing. And I think communicating is definitely the key to a healthy relationship and making a relationship last.
Yeah, those are non-negotiables. Yeah. What about you, Wabi? What are your non-negotiables?
I was going to say big dick, obviously, but we can't go there right now.
We can, but that's aesthetic. What virtue?
Let me tell you something. You can be the greatest guy in the world, but if you step to me with small pingal, then it's going to be a hell to the nizzle for me, honey. Okay, you can be
so
honest.
For you, a big dick is non-negotiable.
Child, you could be like Jay said. You could be honest, communicative, and motherfucking consistent. But if you ain't consistent or honest or communicative about that dick, bitch, we got a problem.
Oh, so this is one of those kind of shows.
Yeah, girl, you already know. You already know. So for you, a big dick is non-negotiable.
You have to have. If you don't have, then we're not having. Ariana. It's not happening, honey. Okay. But no, seriously though, I would have to agree with Jace. I think that's the main foundation for anything to start, anything to even be thought of before we can enjoy each other's company. I have to know that you're real. I have to know that you're dependable, reliable. All of the things that we're missing from this time period when it comes to dating, when it comes to men, women, honesty, girl, is the biggest for me. Just be real. It takes nothing to be honest. It takes a lot of work and effort to keep up lies. So that's why I'd be like, girl, what stays in the dark always comes to the light. Like that little, what passage has been said for centuries because it's the truth. Yeah. You can try to hide all of your misdeeds and all of the things you don't want people to see about you, but eventually it all comes out in the end. So you might as well just be real up front. And that's the biggest thing for me. Just be honest about who you are, what your intentions are. Don't waste my time. Because like Maxine Waters, not only will I reclaim it, when I find out that you are not who you say you are, I'm coming to get that ass.
Well. I'm here for it. I have to piggyback off of y'all. I want communication. I want consistency. I want transparency. Like, you don't have to bleed out your life story the first month of knowing me, but I should know things about you. Like, I've been in situations and I've been the outsider looking into situations where one spouse didn't know shit about the other. Married, living together, and really don't even know who you're sleeping next to. Sleeping with the enemy. Hallelujah. But yeah, so with that being said, transparency, consistency, communication, I think with the transparency and the communication comes the honesty, because if you are transparent and I can see straight through you, you can't help but be honest. And with that comes authenticity. So I think if you have core values of just being a good person, I think things will be easy to manage. I was talking to someone about marriage, and they were just like, marriage is hard work, and this is why Beyonce took Jay-Z back. This is why this person's taking this person back. And I'm just like, like, I understand the self-work is necessary, and it is a job, but it shouldn't be hard. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah, I get that things will happen, but if you are trying to be your best self and I'm trying to be my best self, how can we fuck this up?
But you know what, though? I hate to cut you off, but that made me think about this. This is why I believe, I don't try to think on the traditional level too much, because I think times do change as well as people and our experiences. But one thing is for sure, I totally, wholeheartedly believe that people need to build friendships before they start building lover situations, husbands, wives, husbands and husbands, wives and wives, however, girl. I totally believe become friends, get to know one another. That way, when you do take those steps to become boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, have a child, you start thinking about marriage and lifelong partnerships with people, it becomes effortless. It's not a job. If you're in a relationship right now, bitch, and you feel like it's hard work, then girl, it's not for you. Because the relationship is not hard work. It should be fun, symbiotic. It should be exuberating because you're chilling with your friend. I hear a lot of old people say, I married my best friend. And that's why they survive 30, 40, 50 years.
And Wabi, I agree with you on that and about becoming friends first. And that's why I think it's important for people to kind of date casually at first. That way you can build that friendship versus going in with the intentions of, oh, I'm looking for a husband or I'm looking for, my next relationship. It's cool to date casually, even, several people, you can do that. And I think that we kind of have this thing placed on us in society that if you're dating more than one person, like you hoeing and, all of that. But I think it's actually cool to do that and actually before you make that commitment to a person, that it's cool to date and to get to know different people to make sure that you're going to be compatible and you're actually going to have a friendship and a life partner. Well, that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was cool. But
that was insightful. That was spot on. Like it's not hoeing. You're supposed to weigh your options. You're supposed to be out here deciding and courting different people. I think the fact that sex is now a must-have for courting makes people feel like it's hoeing. Because I think back in the traditional sense, when you date or court somebody, you just get to know them. Y'all are talking on the phone, y'all are texting, y'all are going out on dates, y'all are kissing, y'all are, So by the time you have sex with that person, you've already weeded out the nays, and now you've singled in on maybe one or two. Whereas now we're more sexually fluid and, comfortable with our sexuality to where we can incorporate that into our dating, process. But we have to then change the rules of dating and then say that, you can still do it the traditional way, but if you do it this way, it's not necessarily wrong. You just, again, transparency. We have to talk about this. Let me know that this is how you want to move in this dating process. And so I can, decide whether or not that works for me.
Well, I think it's just important that we just kind of step away from societal norms and, all these expectations that everyone has when it comes to developing relationships. And just do it your way and make sure that you're open and honest with the person. Both of you should be that with each other and there shouldn't be an issue.
Remember back when we were in school, child, and when daddy wanted, a piece, he would send you a little note, like, what's your favorite color? What kind of movies do you like? What's your favorite shows? Like those lists, and then you would answer those questions. And it's just like, you're getting to know someone. Like, and now everything is so accessible because of social media, technology. So, like we talked about earlier, everything's so fast paced. Like, what the fuck are y'all in a rush for? And this is me. I'm not chastising no one because I'm talking about my own experience. I was in a rush. I'm still sometimes in a rush. I have to think like, okay, girl, calm down. Take your time. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And because people move so fast, society has been conditioned to move fast. So now that's why we have a lot of these cheaters, a lot of these dudes who can't keep it in their pants, a lot of these girls out here that is hoeing. Shout out to me. I'm trying to be delivered, child. Hello, God. But you become socially conditioned because of the sign of the times. So I think there's something to be said there, but that's just my thoughts on that.
And I actually have some friends from college that they started dating, I think our freshman, maybe sophomore year of college, and they still aren't married to this day, but they've been together ever since. And I asked them, I was on a FaceTime call with both of them one day, and this shit stuck with me. I said, well, why aren't you guys like getting married? And they said, well, our shit is built. We developed a friendship. We are friends. And if our marriage is supposed to last forever, so why do we need to rush to get married? Just because that's what people expect us to do. We're going to be together forever. So there's no rush for us to do that. So it was just a piggyback off how you said how people are so quick to rush into things and to
Child, I just got wet when you said that.
We got a relationship. There's no need to rush because for this shit to last forever. So
I think it speaks to the trauma though that you feel that if you don't lock that person in quickly and grab a hold of them, that you'll lose them and be single again. So I think that's where that comes from, because I was the type of person who was married after 2 weeks of being with a nigga, that's my man, that's my husband. And it's just like, girl, what's his last name? But believe it or not, y'all, like, I'm one of those old school people that once I get past the, are you gonna stick around past the week? Or we are gonna really talk to each other? Once we really realize that we talk to each other, we want to kind of figure this thing out. I do those rapid fire questions. Like, don't get alarmed. I'm about to ask you a series of questions, but they're really trivial. And I'll do the what's your favorite color, your favorite car, this place or that place, quickly name 5 things you'll take with you on a deserted island, just so I can get into, a person's head and give us context, I am tired of people asking me what I'm doing 17 times a day.
Right. And not even just that though, like, and y'all bitches wonder why you ain't getting nothing for Christmas, birthday, or Valentine's, because you didn't check off those boxes. You didn't get the nigga a chance to get to know you and vice versa. So what is he gonna get you for Christmas? But some cash, man. Hopefully, child, some cash. I'll take the cash. I ain't gonna lie. But I like personal gifts. And the only way you can get me something personal is if you know me.
Yeah.
Take your time and work it slowly. Yes. Because I'm the type of guy that needs the type of guy that can make it last.
So in proper Wabi fashion, he has changed the song of the episode.
Again.
So now we're going to take our time and do it slowly.
You know how I am, child. It just hits. I was actually about to sing the song earlier. You said something about single again. I was about to say back on the prowl. Woo, woo.
Hey, I have a question for you guys regarding knowing what you want. What are some of your deal breakers in dating? If this action happens or event happens while you're dating this person, you're like, fuck that, bitch, I'm done.
Any kind of snakery. I know I just made that up. any sign of, because we might get into it as the podcast season goes on, but I just recently dealt with a bunch of snakery, and I don't have time for that. So I'm cutting the lawn, bitch. It's time to cut the lawn. Anything that
another Mariah reference.
Yeah, if you don't like, because honestly, I don't want to. Again, it's going back to don't waste my motherfucking time.
Yeah.
So if you know that you got skeletons in the closet, you had a few niggas or bitches on the side or whatever, you fuck their life up. Don't fuck mine up. I'm over that stage. If I wanted a fuck friend, I could have stayed on Grindr and Jack Girl. Hello, God.
Hello, God.
How about you, Kat?
For me, it's a two-parter. Inconsistency is a deal breaker, and you just being a fuck nigga is a deal breaker. Like, I don't like the in and out. Like, I don't. We don't have to talk every day, but I don't want to hear from you every day for a week and then not for 3 weeks. Right. Like, I don't like that. And unless, like, I'm understanding. I can read the room. If you're an entertainer, I understand. I get it. But if you don't have a necessary reason as to why I shouldn't be hearing from you, and I see you on social media, nigga, red flags. And just the fuck nigga shit, I've been there and done that. I've tried to be okay with dating a fuck nigga and was just like, you know what? It's okay. It's cool. It's just sex. I'm not built like that. I'm not. If it ain't just me, leave me be.
Right.
Period. I'm good. I'm good on that shit. So yeah, inconsistency and you just being a fuck nigga are deal breakers for me.
I think actually it's 2-part as well. I kind of spoke on it earlier about communication. I cannot stand a motherfucker that does not know how to express himself. His feelings let me know what the fuck is going on with our situation. Because like I said, that just shows.
No, I'm laughing because I sent YB something earlier and he was like, bitch, if this ain't spot on and I'm finna read it to you. It's about bottoms, girl. Where's the thing I sent you, Harry? She said, the gays be wanting an educated drug dealer that's masculine, buys them Telfar bags, fills them with money, who takes them on vacation, likes to suck dick, but is a total top and has a sensitive side and knows his feelings. You gotta take a step back because we actually require all of those things, but when it's on paper, it's like, bitch, you asking for a lot.
Yeah.
And let me say this too. Again, going through self-discovery and reflecting on yourselves. I'm just gonna speak for me. I don't ever want to ask or require something of someone that I'm not willing to do or be already. If that makes sense.
It's just best to for you to be the person that you want to date. If you're requiring all this shit, then you need to be bringing that shit to the fucking table as well.
Even as like the bottom, it's okay to treat your nigga. It's okay to do that. So you shouldn't require all of this if you ain't willing to buy him a Telfar bag, theoretically. Because if my nigga carrying the bag, he ain't my nigga. But buy him a Telfar bag and fill that bitch up. Like, be able to do like you said, basically do what you require.
But also even to go deeper, treatment. Things are nice. I appreciate that because I feel like I will, I'll treat my nigga as long as he's treating me too. Hello, God. But I also feel like about treatment, how a person treats you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to actually get those things or require those things is to show up as a whole person yourself. That's why I say young people, they don't really get it too much. They think they know everything, but they don't. Experiences are a motherfucker, child, and they'll have you make all kinds of weird decisions.
When we say the kids, because we're young too, bitch.
We're young too, but we're having this conversation proves that we've overcame a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. Because we're willing and able to be transparent enough to tell the truth about these pitfalls. Because the only reason we're speaking on this is because we've experienced a lot of heartache and pain and sorry nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think if you show up, we're not done developing ever. That's a lifelong process. Yeah. Some people leave this world without even getting an opportunity to get 50% there. But I feel like if you take your experiences, the things that you've gone through, you assess every so often, you continue to grow. And I think you show up to these relationships full. That way, you know what to look for. What is going to be your deal breakers? What's going to be the no caveats or caveats of the situation? And also, how you treat yourself is how a nigga's going to probably treat you too. So if you're a broken person and you're going through all of these things and this person sees that, they might also treat you in a weird way as well. Yeah. So love yourself. That way other people know how to love you too.
I forgot to say my part two. The first one was communication as far as a deal breaker. My second one is dealing with somebody who has a lot of past traumas and who has not dealt with that on a professional level. Professional level, not, I talked to my homegirl and I feel like my shit is clear, or, I felt like I've dealt with it myself. Fuck that. It has to be done on a professional level. I will never, ever get into a situation with somebody who I know has been through a lot of shit and ain't fixed it. Because you're not bringing that to me.
You then become that healer. And then you take all that shit on because you're trying to heal yourself. And while you're trying to heal yourself, you're trying to heal him too. And I've been in a situation, y'all, where a nigga then came in my house and has literally robbed me of my peace. While I was trying to build myself up, he came and got what little I had left. And I had to start from bottom, zero.
Don't waste my motherfucking time. People don't understand the preciousness of time. You won't, every second that goes by, you don't get back. You could be pouring into something that's going to yield you fruit, yield you, in the words of Jace, dividends, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Don't come up in my world. Hello. But then again, you have to crawl before you walk. You're going to go through these things. Again, that's why we're here having these discussions, because hopefully some poor unfortunate soul is listening to this girl, so you don't end up like that dumb bitch Ariel and selling your voice for a piece of trade.
But it worked out in the end. Don't do Ariel like that.
I mean, it did, girl, but King Trident was not having it, girl.
Yeah, he wasn't. But I wanted to segue to, we mentioned a lot of cute things about what we look for in a man, but none of us mentioned, and even we could have mentioned this because it's not an aesthetic. None of us mentioned a man having a certain tax bracket. So let me ask this: does this man's pockets matter? If he's authentic, if he's giving what he needs to give, if he's, if he's checking off the list and checking it twice, it's both naughty and nice. But them pockets is on.
Let me speak before the Real Housewife of Potomac speaks, child.
Hey.
Let me speak real quick.
Because as she drinks from her flute.
Yes.
Bitch, these came from Walmart, bitch. Okay.
I feel as if a man is bringing some things, not some things, some things, plural, bitch, more than one thing to the table, and he's trying, and he has not experienced his ceiling. I need people to understand ceilings signify restriction, limitations. We are divinely limitless. So, nigga, if you are down to the pest control, you need to be in within 5 years, you better be owning your own pest control or buying into the franchise. Show improvement, show that you have goals that you're trying to accomplish. But if you're just stagnant and that's okay with you, it's not going to be okay with me.
So, are you saying that you're into dating potential, like a Lawrence from Insecure?
Yeah. Because let me tell you something, honey. Every ugly thing eventually blossoms into something beautiful. Shout out to the caterpillar that became a butterfly. And and people, like human beings, we experience things differently. We take on things differently. We express ourselves differently. There was a time in my life, many moons ago, I was so depressed, I did not even want to get up and try to find a job. So people have mental illness, people have mental things happening or emotional outbreaks and things of that nature. If you have to take your time, but you have to take, if you're in a relationship, hopefully it's equally yoked.
It is, but if you go back to what you just said about, if he's depressed, that's cute, but that speaks to Jace's deal breaker of, bitch, you need to resolve that past trauma before you get to me, mama.
Exactly.
No, sometimes it don't even got to be past trauma. It's just like, me, myself, you, a lot of other people I know go through bouts of depression where you can't even put a finger on. It ain't got to be something that you're dwelling on from your childhood. It could just be a moment like, damn, I got fired. I worked at this job for 10 years and I got laid off. Look what happened during COVID. Like, I'm sure someone needed their significant other to pick up the slack because they unfortunately lost their job due to no fault of their own. So you're going to go through things. And I think, especially in marriages, through sickness and health, till death do you part.
Bitch, we're not married. We are picking niggas out. We are not married yet. So in that sense,
we at the beginning.
What you said though, when we were going through what we were going through, we didn't place that burden on each other. We carried that burden on our own. We may have vented to one another, but we got through that shit one deep. And I don't think it's fair to come into a situation unloading that. If we've been through a high, then okay, I can ride with you through the low. Exactly. But if I'm starting low,
you're talking about if I meet a nigga out or a guy, let me not even say nigga, a guy, because there's a difference between men and niggas, let's be honest. So if I meet a man and he's not, if you ain't got what I have,
that's what I was waiting for.
There's no, that conversation will have to happen like, girl, nigga, what's the tea? Like, do you plan on putting in job applications with the city, the state, our time police? I don't give a damn. You have to show something.
Well, see, that should have already been a red flag while you were developing the friendship. Like what I said earlier.
Yeah. I was just going to mention that, Jace. No, I don't need to find out later on that you don't fit the criteria. Because if I find out later on, I've wasted X amount of time. You already said we don't get no time back. I don't want to waste time. Unless you just want to be friends with a nigga. If you just want to be friends with a nigga, then that's cool. But if I'm looking at you as a potential man, I need to know these things up front. There's a meme that's going around of two rich people. They do a lot of voiceover things on TikTok of it. And it's like they spit it out. 2 kids, this place, this place, this place. It was almost like a business contract they were talking about. The lady just sat down at the table and they talked about what they wanted and didn't want. And they decided, okay, when it came down to going to Martha's Vineyard in December or January, that was a deal breaker for them. Got up and left. That was all of a minute. Imagine being with somebody and talking for months to find out, bitch, we're not compatible.
So would you just diss a nigga just because, diss a man off rip based on his current financial situation? Not even financial, so his current career option.
No.
Let's say he checks all your other boxes as a potential to be friends and then to grow into some type of relationship. I don't like to meet people where they're at, even though we're supposed to, they say. I like to see where a person could potentially go.
But that potential may never happen. That's why it's called potential.
But you got to get to know them to see if they're even self-motivated to begin with.
And that time, I'll decide whether or not you are a friend or.
So what if you met them in the friendship level as a cashier at McDonald's, but as you blossom into more, he stepped his game up and now is a store manager?
We good. Because I see your ambition.
To answer that question that you threw out there, Kat, that's my whole thing. Like, I'm all for potential. I'm not, but I'm 36. I don't have time to be dating somebody who's just sitting around. Oh, I want to do this. I want to be this. I'm gonna go back to school. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
If I don't see you actively doing something to get to that position, to that ultimate potential and job that you want, I can't fuck with you. I don't have time to invest in that.
Right. And didn't Lawrence quit his job because he wanted to go for something more, and then he had a job at Best Buy and decided he didn't want it? That is what I don't want. Don't sit at home on the game eating cereal, bitch. No.
But his glow up was real as fuck. His return to the kingdom, hello God.
But if you're watching the current season, which is the last season, by the way, he is a total fuck nigga. Who wants to be with a fucking Lawrence right now?
I haven't watched this season. I'm just going to
watch
off
it.
First
he
season
is a fuck nigga.
Going through her problems.
Because
you saw how she acted. You saw how she acted too. Because once his love became, she's like, "Oh my God, now I might be back interested in Lawrence."
I'm not going to take this away from that situation. Lawrence is a problem. Issa is the problem.
The problem, yeah, she is.
Issa is the problem. But Lawrence ain't innocent in this. If you watch this season, he's a fuck nigga. And for him to try to turn this shit around on Condola to make it seem like she a bad mom when she the only person that's with that fucking child. Bitch, please. Typical man.
Last episode that I saw.
Yeah, I need to catch up too.
It was like their episode or whatever.
But yeah, if you a frocker when I meet you, and you can move into a store manager, we good.
But I need to know that. Like I said, I need to know that. I need to see you actively doing shit to get there. I don't have time to sit around and discuss your dreams and you're not actually doing shit to get there. Fuck that. I have my own shit to worry about. I'm not taking on no fucking child at the end of the day.
I feel like too, that's what people always say that age.
That's what I should call it, a project. I'm not taking on it.
Next time on the Kitty Box.
I feel attacked.
What? Well,
I said.
Oh, you're a hoe now. Telling other people.
And I know he's gonna watch the shit and hear it, but
please tell me you still got your Pinterest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel so. Oh, I'm my feelings down, girl. Why couldn't you be what I needed, honey?